So, welcome to May, the month of miracles, right? Hem for miracles. Okay, so quickly, I have been asked a few times if, because of the way I conduct myself in public, if I have weaknesses, if they say strengths and weaknesses, SWOT, right? That's strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So I've been asked if I have weaknesses as much as I have strengths. Now, I do have some, and today I just want to mention a few to you. Perhaps it could resonate with you as well and help you actually improve and see how, because some of these my weaknesses have, in an attempt to channel them into becoming strengths, okay, I've chosen to become what I am today. Most of the times we are not who we are because we are strong. We actually become who we are when we consciously want to walk out of our weaknesses and become much stronger than our weaknesses can define us. Okay, so today, one of those weaknesses that I believe I have is that my uncanny appetite for knowledge is sometimes abnormal. I have such an appetite to learn and want to learn for knowledge that sometimes I find myself consuming even what I'm not supposed to consume because I just can't help it. Okay, the other one is that I can't play a fool for more than 5 minutes if I don't get out of that scene. I would just, before you know, I've interrupted the scene and I'm trying to bring sense and wisdom into the occasion. I just don't know how to play a fool, play dumb for too long. I don't know how to be in a mess without involving myself to bring a message and the solution into the situation. More than 5 minutes. Otherwise, I get out of that scene. And the third one that I would mention is that I can't just help but want those around me to improve, to be better. Sometimes even at the detriment of my own self. I just can't help it. And you know what? These three things put together, I took my time to observe it and then realized it could be a pointer to something that I could be doing, because one of my mentors, someone I loved so much, told me something some times ago and said, the secret to knowing what you are supposed to do in life is looking at the problems that catch your attention twice as fast. So which challenge, which problem do you find pulling you faster than the others? When you walk on the street, when you hear people talk, what make you want to act spontaneously? What make you become intuitive all of a sudden? What makes you begin to act like a superhuman all of a sudden? That could be your own trigger. So I believe these three indicators have helped me. By analyzing it, I looked and decided that I need to improve on my content creation and copywriting skills. I like to write a lot, since I cannot stop learning. It's difficult to stop writing as well. The only time I don't write is when I'm not with a pen. Once I have a pen in my hand, it just keeps going until 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages. So that is that. So because of these three things, I decided to take a course with DSA, that's Digital Skill Up Africa, and on content and copywriting. And I must tell you, this has been amazing. The first week of classes have been out of this world. And why am I doing this actually? It's because in this life, there are basically, according to science and everyone intuitively, that man has just basically three problems. First is the problem of shelter, problem of feeding, okay, and what's the third one again? Fill in the blanks. Okay, now move from the basics to the advanced. All right, man has three major problems as well in life, and the first is leadership, the second is relationship, and the third is growth. Every human, even a fool, wants to grow. Even the dumbest dumb person you can ever come across will tell you that they are growing, they are making progress. Sometimes I like to tell them that they are making progress in the other direction. Bishop Idahosa says, there is no going back. Whichever direction is you face is going forward in the other direction. So even when the fool is making progress, sometimes they are making progress as well in the other direction. Okay, so that is that. Leadership, relationship, and growth. And this becomes my corner piece. This has become my quest. I have tried as much as possible to fine-tune and find out what actually is and what actually is not. And you must agree with me that the reason why we all look for the next election, for the next president, we look forward to the next time when we get to choose, is because we all agree subconsciously that if only we can get the leadership right, everything will go away. Can I shock you? Even God agrees with you. Even God believes that if only he can get the right government in place, he can get the world back in sync with himself. Now, there's no time to go into that, but just take that as a snippet. Now, relationship. Now, take leadership like a covering that is primary to man, which is what? Shelter. Shelter is very important to man. And then leadership as shelter is very important and primordial to man as well. Now, the second thing is relationship. What is relationship? Relationship is key because it fuels, it is the currency of life. Not dollar, not naira, not pounds, not euros. Relationship is the currency of life. And if you don't know how to build and maintain relationship and service, my spiritual father will say, you must not just know how to maintain, you must know how to service relationships. So you must, most importantly, understand that relationship is key, super key. And the third one, which is the last but not the least, is growth. Every man wants to grow. So my question to you is this: what is your growth strategy? Are you growing intentionally, systematically, and constructively? I take it again. Are you growing systematically, constructively, and intentionally? If you are not, you are hurting yourself, because it's high time you begin to put structure to your life, not just here and there baboozling through the forest and haphazard whatever comes. It's important. Remember, food is important to man, and so is growth to man. Why is food important? Food is important because it goes into you and stays there and interprets to add up to your biological advancement, which has to do with your bones, your cells, regeneration, and all of that. The same thing with growth. Growth is key to your movement, to your progress, to your fulfillment of whatever you call destiny. Growth is key. And if you are not growing, you are not intentional about your relationships, and you don't have a leader, an authority over you, there is a problem. And for now, this is where I'll draw the cap. Okay, this is where I'll draw the cap. So if you find this valuable, you find this useful, put a like on my face and then drop a comment, and definitely you will see my face again.